Alright guys, so welcome back to the fourth and final game in the Empire Collective Cup Platinum League series between FeAge and Mr. Yo. This is the TEC random map pack, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how this one is going to go down, because this game is obviously really important for both of these players now to determine if this is going to be a draw or if it is going to be a win for Mr. Yo. The score is 2-1 to Mr. Yo at the moment. And if he wins this game, he will win this series. And if FeAge wins this game, it will be a draw. A winning and drawing, obviously two completely different things in terms of points in this league system. If it is a win, Mr. Yo will get 3 points and FeAge will get 0 points. If it is a draw, both players will get 1 point each. So a very, very big difference, and it means that every game matters and every game is equally important, because getting a win over a draw is obviously much, much more preferable. Anyway, I want to say a big thank you to SearchEngineRevs.com. They have sponsored this tournament, and you might have noticed on the screen down here their logo popping up every couple of seconds, and that is because they put $1,000 into the prize pool of this event, and in doing so they became the first corporate sponsor for a monetary prize pool of an Age of Empires event, which is absolutely awesome. Basically, Search Engine Revs are a SEO company. They provide professional SEO services, search engine optimization for marketing, for e-commerce websites, and basically like online shopping websites and all that good stuff. And of course, not just that as well. I mean, SEO is useful for everyone, even including me. SEO is useful. Like, it's an awesome thing to be good at, and those guys specialize in that. So check them out, and their links and such are below the stream or below the video if you're watching on YouTube. So anyway, up to the north of the map in the blue, we have FeAge. He's playing as the Chinese. And over to the east of the map, in the red, we have Mr. Yo, and he is playing as the Mongols. So once again, non-mirror civs, and that is because Game 4 is not allowed to be Huns, Mayans, Aztecs, or Vikings. So we basically have non-mirrors, which is pretty cool, hidden civs. But yeah, in the chat I just saw Tato, Yeso. He's talking about the woodline, and yeah, look at that. I mean, the starting positions for these players, it's not looking too fair for FeAge, is it, right now? Because his wood is pretty pathetic. It's tiny. It's very, very, very small. And then Mr. Yo has this like massive wood here. So really kind of unfortunate for FeAge. But it's gone past the 5-minute mark, and FeAge hasn't called the GG. Unfortunately, you know, with random maps, sometimes it can be a little unfair, and that is why it's not just like a best of 1. It's always like, you know, a best of 3 or 4 or 7 or 5, whatever. It's always a best of something. And FeAge is going to definitely have to adapt to the fact that this wood is shoddy, because it's less than shoddy. It's horrendous. It's really nasty. This is going to force his villagers away from the safety of his TC, and that could end pretty badly. By the way, for those of you wondering, this map is called Seize the Hump. And Seize the Hump is a pretty cool map, because it's all shallows. It looks like water, but it's all shallows. So everything is crossable. Nothing is truly wallable. I guess you could kind of wall if you walled all the way across the middle, but the shallows mean that you're able to kind of cross wherever you like, meaning that aggression is often the best way to go. So FeAge here, obviously playing as the Chinese, and Mr. Yo playing as the Mongols. And well, without I'm pretty sure these guys both had boar. Yeah, they did have boar. Mr. Yo up to the feudal age, 21 population, nice and fast, which is kind of exactly what we would look for in a Mongol build. But yeah, I was kind of distracted at the start of this game. I wasn't really looking at the map too much. I was saying how difficult it is to wall this map. FeAge is having a good crack at it anyway, and it does seem like he is going to wall all the way across the center. He's escorting his villager on the left-hand side, escorting her over with this scout cavalry, and he's going to wall up the edge, which means he is actually going to be able to full wall this. But that is some serious effort, you know? That's a lot of villager time that he has had to put into walling the resources he's had to spend on building this double thick palisade wall. Might double palisade the middle, he might double palisade the left side as well. But yeah, I mean, that's not a good start for him, and maybe the walls are going to work out for him, maybe that's going to pay off, but all in all, Mr. Yo is going to be feeling pretty comfortable here once he gets to the feudal age. However, he is scouting this now, and you know, obviously the reason he's gone for a fast feudal is because he'd like to do a scout rush. That's kind of what the Mongols are all about, a fast, super fast scout rush. However, since he sees this wall here, and he sees how far away it is from FeAge's base, he might try and call off the scout rush. He might try and do something a little different. In actual fact, he's going for archers, so not going to go for scouts, which is surprising, really, considering he still has 4 sheep under his TC. But still, he's going for archery, 2 archery ranges. Problem is, he's kind of going to get through the walls now, and I don't know if Mr. Yo has realized that this is going to be a full wall off, but you know what? It worked out for Mr. Yo last game. Last game, Mr. Yo walled himself in really quickly, and it worked just fine. He won it quite comfortably in the end. So maybe FeAge can work something out here, but he's already forced to the middle of the map to take wood now, and he's building this lumber camp right over here. Maybe a tower from Mr. Yo on this lumber line could be nice, and obviously he sees that lumber camp there with his scout, so he knows what's going on. There's already some forward villagers out here. Archers coming over. But bear in mind, whilst Mr. Yo is doing this, whilst Mr. Yo has spent this wood on the archery ranges and the barracks, and whilst he's spending time to build these military units, FeAge is sitting back. He's on 24 villagers, he's gone up to the feudal age now, and he's kind of buying himself time with this. It is obviously costing him a lot of time as well, a lot of villager time, a lot of resources, like I say. But he is buying himself some time to maybe really figure out what he wants to do. I mean, in this situation, we'll have to wait and see. I mean, he's currently now stone walling. So it looks like he's going to do, like, you know, just a 1 TC kind of, he's going to build up his eco a little bit. We've got a market coming up now. There's definitely no sign of military for him, and maybe he's hoping he can get to the castle age in a good time or something like that. But you know, all the deer are gone, the sheep are gone, there's no fish in this water or in these shallows, so he's gonna really just have to rely on farms here. There's no real natural food left on this map. There's no additional sheep, there's no extra deer patches or anything like that. In this situation, he's not in a good position. He's just lost a villager on this wall. The scout here gonna hack away at the stone wall, which is gonna take him a long while. But FeAge losing a villager still here is certainly less than ideal. And Mr. Yo, realizing that this is fully walled up, perhaps gonna stop making archers now. And with these 5 villagers on gold, who knows what he's got up his sleeves. But, I mean, for now, 6 archers out on the front. They might as well have a go at getting through here. FeAge is, of course, going to do everything he can to stop them. And it looks like he's just going to lose another villager as well. Oh my god, Mr. Yo getting that kill and retreating back to his archers with his scout here to keep them safe. But yeah, I mean, FeAge is going to try and do what he can to keep this scout out, walling up with these houses. There's somehow a hole here. There's always a hole somewhere. And FeAge is going to lose another villager by the looks of things. It's going to go down. 3 villagers down for FeAge right now. That shouldn't be happening, but it is, and that's unreal. Mr. Yo getting fletching, so he's got a little bit of extra range on these archers to try and harass these villagers some more. And FeAge nearly losing another one as well. Another villager nearly going down. Man, that was messy, that was painful, and he has got to get this walled up some way or another. Down at the south of the map, this is FeAge's master plan. FeAge, the master strategist, at the bottom of the map. And, oh, there is always a hole somewhere. That's my dating advice. Oh, man. Keep the faith, guys. Keep the faith. So, FeAge here, with this down at the bottom, showing that he does have some kind of a strategy, taking advantage of this wall, I suppose, to sneak through and go ahead and build a stable down here. Mr. Yo quite happily just walling up as well. I mean, look at this. Stone wall on the right side, full stone wall on the left. On the middle, he's trying to push through, but realistically, he is not going to get through there today with these archers. It's going to take him a long, long time. I'm surprised we didn't see maybe like a tower coming up in the middle, but Mr. Yo is just happy to say, right, walls you want, walls you will have. That's a lot of walls from both of these guys. This is kind of a really awkward map, I think, to play. But still, FeAge here can certainly catch Mr. Yo off guard. And, I mean, this is kind of risky. He has to make this pay off. He has to make this work out. 2 stables, making double scouts. That is a lot of food. That is a lot of food to spend in the feudal age. It basically means that he is not going castle for a while if he continues making these scouts. Whereas Mr. Yo, sitting at home with a lot of farms, farming up around this mill, farming around his TC, with plenty of gold and no market yet, but with gold coming in, maybe even gonna buy some food. I doubt it. I doubt it. He'll have the 200 gold and 800 food in no time. He's also continuing to add archers. Like I'm kind of surprised that he's continuing to add them in. But like I said, he's gonna get through here eventually. Maybe not today, but he will get through here eventually. And by adding more archers, I guess he's just gonna make it easier to get through and make sure he gets through faster. But anyway, FeAge here with bloodlines done and giving himself away a little bit. Those archers from Yo spotting the scouts as they come in. Mr. Yo gonna try and wall this gold in. He'll lose 1 villager, but FeAge still has to kill 2 if he wants to draw even, I guess. But nope. What's he doing? He's running away. He's going for the villager, but in comes the spear at the back. Wow. He could have killed that villager and got out there, but it didn't happen. And now Mr. Yo, of course, sees this barracks. He sees this kind of sneak, and he is well aware of what is going on. Losing a single archer, and FeAge here just scouts, but he's too slow. He's too slow to hit Mr. Yo. Mr. Yo's already up to the castle age. He's up, and he's going to be doing it a lot faster than FeAge, as FeAge continues to do kind of, sort of, double stable scout production. You know, it could work. It could work if he can do the eco damage, but he has to do the eco damage, man. He is currently ahead by 3 vills, which is expected, considering Mr. Yo's on the way up to the castle age. But Mr. Yo's killed more than FeAge at the moment, and FeAge gotta find these villagers in here. He's gotta do some damage, and while Mr. Yo's already strategically placing spearmen around his economy to try and push these scouts away. But 6 scouts coming in. Obviously, they've got bloodlines, so there is a potential that if FeAge micros this nicely, he can take these spears out. It looks like he's gonna grab one quickly. The second one here, trying to walk around the edge. Really well played by him, keeping those scouts in relatively good shape. The 7th scout on the way over, and he will find some villagers. Surely he'll find some. There's 1 down. There's 2 on this right side. Whoa, okay. But he'd stick in there a little bit, but obviously he wants to avoid as much TC fire as he can. This wood line next to come under fire. Definitely gonna lose another villager here, we would assume. No, okay, well, he's lost one at the back. He's like, definitely, he has to. But he's just really cautious of this TC, obviously. Looking pretty good, actually, so far. Looking pretty good, but at the same time, Mr. Yo, he finally made it through in the middle of the map, and FeAge putting up a tower here, it's not enough. The archers finding some villagers out the back, and whilst FeAge... Okay, well, there you go. I was going to say, whilst FeAge is in Mr. Yo's base, there's a bunch of spears in here. He might have been able to kill them, unlikely, but he might have. But now that Mr. Yo is in the castle age, with crossbow about to come in, with bodkin arrow about to come in, Mr. Yo will have killed those villagers very quickly, and FeAge had no defenses back at home at all. He had no wood income, really. He had a few villagers on the right side. Of course, this lumber line had been disrupted very quickly. The gold villagers were about to die. The farms would have been absolutely destroyed. And I kind of like what FeAge attempted to do there with the scouts. I kind of get that. But scouts are so easily countered with just a few spears, and with Yo reaching castle and FeAge making scouts, there's no way he would have been able to get to the castle age in any reasonable time. So FeAge eventually losing this wall off in the middle, and you know, maybe if you'd have finished that stone wall there, it would have been a different story altogether. It's amazing, really, just how one single piece of stone wall changed that game around. Because if FeAge had completed that stone wall, Mr. Yo would never have broken through here. And then with Mr. Yo being in the castle age, it almost wouldn't have mattered so much at that stage. Because FeAge could have still caught up in the time it took Mr. Yo to build a siege workshop and bust through the walls. But anyway, This is a pretty good game from Yo, and a pretty good series from him as well. He's currently now 3-1, and he has played really well this series. Some great games from FeAge as well. But right at the start of this series, I predicted 3-1 for Yo, and that was the result. And I think that was the most popular result as well, the most commonly chosen result. Most Florians were bet on 3-1 for Yo. So congratulations to you if you bet on that outcome, because you were right. Good job. Alright, so